In preparation for our Yukon hike, we decided to do a shakedown hike in the Great Smokies. We drove 11 hours south from Grand Rapids to Smokies, where we decided to spend 3 days hiking in the Smoky Mountains.
Finally arrived at our second summer adventure. We are in the Smoky Mountains National Park. We're going to do a loop trail that Pierre created. And this is the Beach Gap trailhead, and we are parked over there on the side of the road. Long, about 12 hours to get here. Stopped last night in Lexington, and we're excited to get going on the trail. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful few days. And we got about 10 miles today to get to camp, and then tomorrow we got a 20-mile day. So it's about noon, a little after 12 on July 11.
Well, we've been hiking now for about 45 minutes, all up. So we're getting close to the top from Beach Gap Trail to Hyatt Ridge Trail, which we'll follow for several miles. And then we'll go back down to our campsite at the end of the day. Very nice in here. This is a part of the Smokies that is not crowded. Very peaceful and tranquil. Beech forests, oak, and plenty of running water in the side streams. So we'll catch you down the trail. So we made it up to the Hyatt Ridge Trail. We're going to be going down this way for a couple miles till we reach Entlow Creek Trail, and then we'll follow that. Just found this lovely log and pulled out all our stuff. Had lunch, we'll pack all up, and we'll make our way along the ridgeline for a while before we lose elevation. We're making our way down the trail. This is where we've come from. There's a few little rhododendron bushes still left, or flowers, rhododendron flowers up in there. And we're making our way, here's a little bit of water, and we're making our way down to this creek. And then we're gonna be climbing back up, because that's the way it works out here. You go up, 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 and then you go down, down, down. We just stopped to get some water, crossing this old bridge. I wonder if it was an old logging rail bridge. It seems very narrow, very old. And then I'm assuming we're gonna be going back uphill. Here's the creek. All little big trees, a few rhododendrons. Getting close to camp, end of day one, down here in our Great Smokies adventure. We had an uphill, and then a downhill, and uphill, and this is our second downhill. And by the looks of things, we'll be getting close to a water source in the campsite. It's been a beautiful day, very peaceful. Just been Renee and I on these trails, and that's wonderful. And the bugs aren't too bad here in late July, and the ground is pretty dry, so ideal hiking.
here's our camp spot for first night at the Smokies. You can hear the water that we've got a couple different streams that converge, and we're kind of right in the middle of it, so it's kind of nice. Got a fire pit there. It's a little after 6. Probably just sit for a little bit and chill out and then make some dinner. It's a great little spot. And nobody's around. This is the bear hanging system. All the campsites have wire between 2 trees and these plates on each end so the little critters can't get in there. And then they have a pulley system to pull your bags up. So there's our Kevlar bear bags hanging up there, and we're about ready to head to bed.
Morning of day 2. Tent's already down. Already starting our breakfast. The birds are chirping. It's a beautiful day. Doesn't appear to have any rain today. So we will take you along on today's 20 miles of hiking, with sections of which will be along the AT.
This morning of day 2, just did our uphill climb out of camp over about 1,500 feet. And now we're kind of just on a ridge line, mild up and downs, going through this tunnel of rhododendrons. It's really quite pretty, especially when you see the beautiful light from the sunshine, the little peaks here and there. Beautiful yellow flower on the trail.
This is a Peck's Corner shelter. Classic shelter that you would find in the Smokies and along the AT. 3-sided with a nice little covering for rain. Then down this way over here, there's a spring to get some water. We're just staying here for a little snack break, second breakfast. Take a look inside, see how it looks. So this is where you can sleep. The lower bunk, the upper bunk. The little pegs are little mouse preventer pegs. You hang your food from there and hopefully the mouse don't get into it. It's very quiet. A very beautiful morning.
Trail. Be on the Appalachian Trail for the next,
10 miles.
10 miles or so. We get to go this way, and here's our first Appalachian Trail white blaze. Get on the trail a little bit. Apparently there's a lot of white blazes.
Oh, there's another one
in case. Finally get a view. They call the Appalachian Trail a green tunnel, and you can just catch glimpses of this beauty as you're going down the trail, but there are just, I guess, few and far between places where you actually see a nice view. It's gorgeous. So we are at the top of something at Eagle Rock, and here is the marker for 5,840 feet, and we have a beautiful view from up here. Coming in down to Tri-Corner Shelter. We're gonna have lunch, much needed break. All the shelters are fairly similar. That's a stone face. Hello.
We just finished up at Tri-Corner Corner Gap Trail, and a ridge runner came along and we chatted with her. Ridge runners are people that the AT hire to maintain and keep tabs and teach leave no trace ethics to people along the AT.
So this section of the AT has all these nice, or not nice, stairs that help you, propel you up the hill. It's interesting and fun. Big old tree fell over right on trail. It's like full tree. Like, how does that happen? There's that side of it. It's like the ground just pulled up. And here's the bottom. Crazy.
We have about a half mile or so to our camp. We're down along the bottom, got a stream to our side, still on the overgrown path, but we're making progress. So within the next 15-20 minutes, we should be at camp. So we are set up. There's our tent, our eating over there, and in the distance are the wires that we will hang our food on. This is Big Creek, and we are on the Camel Gap Trail. A little bit overgrown, but we've made it down here. We ended up doing 22 miles today. So that was a big day for us. There's the sun setting in the trees in the background. But it's a nice camp spot. Looks like we're going to be all by ourselves. We're going to be enjoying some nice dinner tonight, well-earned dinner. And we'll check in with you later on.
Good morning. We're all packed up, just having our breakfast. Had a quiet night, sleep last night. The stream helped us give us background noise, and we are just getting ready for a shorter day today, maybe only 16 miles.
Good morning. Just getting started on the trail. Look at all those horse.
I wonder what that sign says. Oh, that says
Closed. It says closed on it. Yeah, we were laying in our tent last night, and we had a woman. This is like 8:45 or close to 9, and this woman who was, had a little day pack on. She came by, didn't say anything. And then about 10 minutes later, she popped up again. She said, "Hey, do you guys have a permit?" We're like, "Well, yeah, we have a permit." She said, "Did you know this site was closed due to bear sighting or bear attack?" We're like, "No, there was no sign. Nobody told us." So that was not super helpful for a good night's sleep, that's for sure. It's not like we were going to get up and move because the next campsite was also closed. And so we really didn't have a choice at that point. But there was no sign on our tent or on our campsite. So we were assuming that they had taken it down because there was lots of staples there, like it had been closed. So we had practiced good bear safety and hung our food in our Kevlar bags and all our, toothpaste and soap and all that stuff. So we had nothing by our tent. So though it was not a great night's sleep, we were not attacked by any bears, nor did we see any. So that was helpful. But beautiful morning, starting out with the sun peeking through the forest trees. And we have about 15 or 16 miles to do today. Lots of uphill and downhill, which is how it is in the mountains. But we'll take you with us.
So we're making our way down the trail. Big Creek is just to the left of us. See if we have a glimpse. This is a obviously popular trail, this section. It's pretty wide, it's relatively flat, so it's fairly cruisy. We'll take that because I think this afternoon is going to be a afternoon of up as we get closer to our destination for the day.
We are working our way up our 4,000-foot climb. We had a little snack at the bottom at this campground. And it's a beautiful climb. Beautiful trail. Starting to get some views. Climbing up to about, we were started at 1,500 and we're going up to about 5,500. So over, I think, 6 miles. Still climbing.
Well, we're about 200 feet from the summit, and you can tell by all the moss that this is a really damp, wet spot. Everything's all spongy. So this mountaintop must be always in the Smokies. It's really impressive. We've had great weather today. Not a cloud in the sky. It's been dry, but just a good hike. Like we said, 4,000 feet in 6 miles.
Finally made it to the top. As you can see, we've got a beautiful view, and there's actually a big, tall fire tower that goes way up. So I am at the top of the fire tower now, as you can see, because I'm on top of all the trees. I have a beautiful 360 view. There's little window panes that I have to go through though. So pretty. I guess it was worth the climb of, several stairs. And through here.
To the top, and now we're heading down to our camp, which is about 6 miles if we're lucky in front of us, and it should be all downhill, as unlike this morning, which was mostly all uphill. So you don't have a lot of flat here. It's either up or down. So we're at a fork. We're going to be going this way. Campsite 39 is 3.7 ahead, and apparently it's going to be all downhill. So much to our joy. Hopefully it's not too overgrown.
We're walking alongside a creek with a slight downhill, which is beautiful. They did a lot of maintenance on the trail that we're on. No people. We're not seeing any people. We chose the right trails to be on to not run into a lot of people, that's for sure. We crossed the creek several times. But it's just a beautiful kind of green, beautiful sunlight coming in this time of day. You hear the rushing water.
Night of day 3 of hiking. We got our tent set up over there by Pretty Hollow Creek. And then we are having our dinner over here. We're gonna have mac and cheese tonight. Renee's getting that fired up. And then we'll be hanging our food just over there. So we are trying our best to practice good, safe beer practices. This is the area. It was a great day of hiking today after we got done with all the uphills. And now we are just enjoying dinner. It's 7:51 on Sunday morning. We're all packed up, we're on the trail. It was a nice camp spot. It's a little bit dark, so it was a little hard to get up this morning, but we got up. And now we have about 10 miles back to our car. 1,000 feet or so of climb. Well, we finished our up for the day. We stopped at, what did I say, love? 4,400 and some feet. So we've done about 14,000 feet of vertical in 3 days. And now we are just following this trail, this 2-track now, back to our car. It's a couple mile walk back to our car. So beautiful views, very, very quiet park. If you ever want to go to the Smokies and not see anybody, this seems to be the place to be.
Here is the map of the route we took. 59 miles, 14,000 feet. Saw a total of about 5 people on the entire trail. It was a great hike, lots of solitude, and I'd highly recommend it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.